Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Whatever time y'all are tuning in, I certainly appreciate y'all are here. Today's video, guys, we are going to be taking this first generation fighting bulldog that I received out there in Wiggins, Mississippi during the trade days back in October. I got this from Mr. Rex Wiseman. He's a great guy. But he gave me this, and there's a problem with the knife. It's got a broke spring on the two blade side, the sheep foot blade and the spade blade here. It's got a broke spring, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this knife apart and make it a single blade knife, because I don't think I would ever find a spring to replace that. So we're just going to go ahead and make this a single blade knife and be able to carry it and enjoy it, because this main blade here, it's got the bulldogs on there. You see it right down here, the fighting. You see it right down here, the fighting bulldogs, and you got the pit bull right there on the shield. But it's got great snap. I really don't know what kind of handles these are. I'm not too familiar with the bulldog fighting bulldog brands, but they are made in Germany, handmade. And it says bulldog brand hammer. Let me get my loop. Sorry. It says bulldog brand hammer forged 1995, Solingen, Germany. So that's cool. But I don't know what kind of handles these are. I don't think it's bone. It might be bone, I'm not sure. It's pretty though. But we're going to attempt to take this thing apart and put new pins in there. So we're going to cut all three pins and put new pins in. But it's going to be a great knife. But I got to be very, very careful not to break the handles. One of them, there's a problem with one of the handles. You can see it, it's come up a little bit. So what we're going to try to do is when we get it off, we're going to hold that down and try to ping that pin right here. We're going to put a little bit of glue up under it and try to ping it back in place. And because all we got to do is ping the back side of that brass pin and spread it out some. We might be able to do that without even adding the glue, but we're going to give this a good attempt here. But it's going to be a great knife regardless of it not having the other two blades, is what I was going to say. But beautiful knife. Again, Mr. Rex Wiseman gave me this knife, and I want to try to make it where I can use it and carry it. It's too pretty of a knife to just be sitting off in a drawer. So, and another thing I'm going to use, guys, I bought this at Harbor Freight the other day. And this is right here. It's called the Central Machinery Articulated Vacuum-Based Vise. And it's got the rubber grommets right here. But what we're going to do is use that instead of my big vise to match the spring in and put the spring pin in. But it's got suction cups on the bottom, but we're going to be using that over there in my other knife shop. So hopefully we're going to get this done today. I hope we do. Shouldn't take that long after I cut the pins, but the main thing is always is getting them pins out after you cut them. So hopefully everything will work out right. But guys, I just want to thank everybody for being on the live yesterday afternoon. It went very well. I felt like we went for 2 hours. If y'all haven't watched that, y'all need to go over there and comment on the live from yesterday. And if you comment, you'll be eligible to win this knife here I'm giving away. I'll be picking a winner sometime this afternoon, or maybe even Tuesday morning when I'm putting the other video for Tuesday together. So, but you'll be able to win this knife here. It's white, smooth white bone. It's a fixed blade knife, of course. Beautiful knife, made by Bear & Sons, but it's an absolutely gorgeous of a knife. Heavy knife too. You see it's got a full tang, and it's just a very, very usable nice knife, and it comes with the leather sheath. Awesome. Yeah, so just go over and comment. I'm going to be picking a random comment, and I'll be screen recording that on my phone, and you'll be able to see the winner as I pick it in tomorrow's video. So just want to thank y'all again, guys, for everything. Thank y'all for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, guys, here is the Fighting Bulldog. You see the little pit bull right there? It's got the match strike pull, long pull too. I like that. Then you got the Fighting Bulldogs right there. It says handmade. Then you got Bulldog brand, Hammer Fords, 1995. Let's see if I can show you. Solingen, Germany right there. It's pretty cool, ain't it? But we're gonna make this thing a single blade knife with the main blade, but we're going to be taking these blades out, moving everything together. We got to cut this pin, and this pin, and take it all apart, get that spring out. Then we're going to be putting it all back together again. But we got to be really careful when we cut these pins not to break the handles, and plus we got to be careful once we punch these pins out. That's the hard part without breaking the handle here. But you can see this one here is raised up. So wait a minute, where is it at? I think it's this one. See right there? Just want to raise up some. So what we're going to have to do is hold that down, and once we get it apart, ping the back side of this pin on the back. Hopefully it'll hold this down. If not, we're going to have to put a little glue to it. And today is supposed to be like high of 50 something, so we will be good with the glue. It's just the rest of the week, so I'm supposed to be high of like 40 something, so I really don't want to be gluing then. But we're fixing to get busy with this. We're going to take a razor blade and cut all 3 pins and get it all apart. Okay, guys, here we go. All right, we're fixing to cut the first pin, but I'm going to let y'all know something. I'm using these Hardy gloves that I picked up at Harbor Freight. They're cut resistant, and I like them. Plus, they're touchscreen friendly, so I can now operate my phone and record and work on these knives. There it is. All right, we cut the first one. That's the first pin. Now we're going to try to remove this spring right here. This broke spring. I don't think we can. So now we got to move it on back and cut this brass pin here. All right, I'm about to cut that brass pin here in the center. All right, it's cut now. Now I'm going to get the other. I'm going to move the razor back here and get it in place. And we'll cut the last pin and put it all apart. All right, we got the fix to cut the last pin. There it is. All right, now we're gonna put it over here on the table and take it all apart. Okay, there's the sheep foot blade. We'll put in our spare parts. There is the spade blade we're gonna put in the spare parts bin. And here is the area that we want to redo here. We're going to try to take it all apart. Take that blade off. Well, it's coming off really good. Here is the... See what I did this time, guys. I was coming down right next between the liner and the blade, but this time I did it in the center. That way to give me more of a pin to help me try to get out of here. And hopefully it's going to make it easier. I hope it does. And this is the one that... See, that's That's loose right there. I see this right here. See it moving up and down. So I'm thinking we're gonna be able to just ping that some, and it's gonna hold it. See, I think we can be able to ping that pin right here and spread the head out more, and it's gonna hold that in place. But we gotta be real careful because that'll break. All this stuff will break. But we're gonna sand these flat and try to punch them out this way. Okay, now guys, we're fixing to go over there and try to punch these pins out. What I like to do is lay it up here on the vise with that open about like that. Put that right there to help cushion the bolsters and the handles from that hard vise. See, it's wanting to come out, see? I'm not hitting it real hard. I'm letting the weight of the hammer do the work. Yeah. I'm gonna sand that smooth now. Okay guys, we got them sanded flat. Should be the width of the hole. Now we're gonna try to punch it out. There's one of them. I'm gonna get this one right here. This one's gonna be a booger bear. Always one. Always one. Ready? Got it, guys. Now we got to be careful with the brass one now, because you can break the handle very easily. All right, that one come out like a charm. Now let's hope we can get the other one done. Start with the steel pins first. Coming in. Oh! See guys, what I'm telling you, it don't always go as planned. It looked like it was just glued on there though. Dad, burn it. See what I'm talking about, guys? You just don't never know when you get these pins out. Got it though. It looked like it was attached. But what we're gonna do is put a little glue on there, and when we put that pin in there, it's gonna set. So we'll be all right. Now let's try to get the other one out. But that's just a prime example, guys. Everything can be going good. All of a sudden you run into a problem like that. Now we're going to try to get that brass piece out. Yay! Got it out, but we did knock that bolster off. But we got a plan to put it back on there. But now, this is the piece that is loose. Okay, that pin's still intact, but this pin is broke. That come right out. I'm just wondering if I'm nervous about this side, y'all, because it can break so easy. It should come right out of there. It should is a big word. Yay, it did. So now we can use a new piece of brass to ping that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put this brass pin in the handle piece, and it fits like a glove. So we're gonna make a little head right here real quick. Close this up on it. Move it down just a little bit. There we go. And we'll tighten this down. Now we're gonna make a little head right here. That should be enough. Pull that tight. See that right there? Now we gotta cut this end off and ping it. But the thing about it is, the hole should be beveled enough. But the thing about it is, how you gonna sand that down to keep from getting into this here? We'll figure it out. But we gotta cut this off and ping it real quick. Cut it off just as close as I can here. Then we're gonna go over there and sand it down just a little bit. See, that's too much. We got to get it down to almost to the handle material. The pin gets hot on your finger now, I'm gonna tell you. Look at there. I think we got it. Now we're gonna put this up there. Rest it on that pin up under here, see? And very slightly ping it. Still a little loose. A couple more licks and it should be good. She's on there. I'm gonna try to sand that down somehow, but we ain't gonna worry about it right now. good and smooth, but we're gonna try to get it down where it's just right. Love it, guys. So much fun. Okay, now guys, we're gonna clean up this spring on this fiber wheel right here. It's about time to replace it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this spring cleaned up before we do. Thing you want to make sure, guys, I had to sand this down with my sander. You just got to make sure that fits in there okay, and we do. We got plenty of pin, so we got to put everything together here, all the pins. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and make the pin, put all my pins in place, get it good and tight, and then we're gonna put this over the pin and put a little bit of glue right there. Not a whole lot, just enough to help hold it, but the pin's gonna hold it in place, and it can cure with the pin squeezing it tight or hold it in place. I'll be holding it tight. I might not need the... Alright, get that tight right there. Okay. Now we can test the snap, guys. We can make sure you hold that tight now. If not, it'll jump off that spring back there. How about that? We didn't even need my new vise. So what we got to do is we're going to leave this pin in place. But what we could do, we could go ahead and glue that and then just put this down over that, just like so. Okay guys, we got a little bit of glue on there, we see it, and we're gonna stick it down over that pin right there, just like so. We're gonna clean up the excess glue. Get off my fingers. But it says it's got to cure 70 degrees, so we're gonna have to hurry up and get these pins right. So what we're gonna do, we'll push this down this way, right? Make heads. We're gonna cut these short right here, but we're gonna make a head there and pull that down. Same thing here. Okay. I'm gonna cut these short right here. Alright, let's go over and make some heads on these pins. Alright, now we're fixing to sand that down and get it flat real quick. Keep in mind, you got to keep that blade on top of that spring too. It'll pop off there. You ain't careful. Just gonna make a head real quick. Get y'all out of the way a little bit. So guys, now we're gonna cut these off and make heads. Then we're gonna work on the center pin here real quick. Hoorah! Okay, now we're gonna make a head here, push it down, then cut that, sand it flat, and then make a head here. Okay guys, it's together and it works great. Only thing I got to do now is try to sand these pins down some. Looks good, looks real good. I didn't even need my little vise here. You see it's suction on the bottom down here. You just flip that up to release it. Make sure it's on a good, flat, clean surface. Press down, and it forms a suction down there, and it holds pretty good. And this has a vise that you can put a knife down in there with the back spring and close it shut and put that that spring pin in. So I really like this. It's got the rubber jaws on here too, or pads. Let's see, that's, you can take these on and off. But this is at Harbor Freight. I really like that thing. Okay guys, here it is, a single blade fighting bulldog. It was a Stockman, but now it's a single blade. You see that fighting bulldog, and you got the pit bull on the shield right there. But over here it's 1995 bulldog brand, hammer forged, solid in Germany. But I'm gonna wait to put oil on here simply because I'm gonna let the glue behind the bolster cure out real good, because oil and glue don't mix real good. But it's a great knife, but I'm very, very pleased with the pin work here. You see that right there? I think it turned out really, really good. And it's got long pull, match strike pull, but it's a great knife. Beautiful knife. I'm still not real sure what the handles are on that right there, but that one that I peened, let's see, I think it's that one right there because it ain't flat. Remember, it was loose, but it ain't no more. That turned out good too, guys, but it's just a great looking knife. It really is. I'm very pleased. Well guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. I just cannot say enough how much I enjoyed working on this knife. Very first bulldog I've ever worked on, and probably one of the more easier knives to work on, I found out, because the way the spring was, I didn't have to use that vise to, because usually you pin these first, and you have to mash this spring in to line up that hole there. But I didn't have to. All I had to do was mash it down and push it in. It was very, very easy to get that pin in. I was very surprised. But also the way I did the cut, instead of me putting the razor blade right next to between the bolster and the blade, I did it between the liner in the middle of the knife and the blade and cut it down the center there. That way you got some pin to work with to be able to push them out. So very easy knife to work on. I really enjoy this, and I just want to thank Mr. Rex Wiseman from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, for giving me this out in trade days in last October. So we went to, he had a table there in Wiggins, the Mississippi, when Deep South Cutlery had their trade days. But Mr. Rex, I hope I done you proud on this, man, but it's absolutely a gorgeous knife now, and I'm so glad to add it to my collection. So thank you again, buddy. And guys, be on the lookout tomorrow. I'm going to reveal the winner of this knife here. It's actually a white bone fixed blade knife I picked up at the Bear & Son sale this past November. So Very, very good knife. I'm giving it away to some lucky person that commented on the live video. You still got time. Y'all go over there and comment. I will be picking the winner sometime tomorrow to add to tomorrow's video. So if you haven't commented yet, just go over there and watch the video, of course, but leave a comment. So just want to thank y'all for all the support from yesterday. I had a good crowd on there all the way through, and I just want to thank y'all for all the support, guys. I really mean that. Well, guys, I also want to share that my Whatnot auction is already scheduled for February 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But all the proceeds, guys, will be going to Warriors of Light. They actually give Bibles away to first responders, veterans, and active duty military personnel over there around. It used to be Fort Hood. The new name is right here. I cannot remember that name. I apologize, but they give these Bibles away, and we're going to be donating all the proceeds to the church that gives these Bibles away. And I just want to thank them for that. Mr. Steve from Colleen, Texas, he sent me some. And they're also making new ones that has the Old Testament and the New Testament in there. So there's nothing better than donating to someone that's spreading God's Word. So thank you for that, Steve. I appreciate it again, buddy. And just thank y'all again, guys, for everything. Appreciate all the support. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. I want to say God bless y'all. Until we meet again, guys, y'all be like a good night. Stay sharp.
Rolling down the highway with my darling by my side. Got a rusty truck, but it's a sweet, easy ride. We're chasing down the past where the old finds new life. Living for the stories where the flea market type. I'm the knife doctor, she's my antique queen. We roam through dusty towns like outlaw dreams.